So I feel like I've been told for the last 5 months that Pokemon cards, specifically sealed Pokemon cards, but singles too, are in a bubble. It's all in a massive bubble and it's gonna come crashing down soon. And so like maybe you've heard that too and you've just been waiting of like, like I don't really wanna buy, I think stuff's gonna crash, because that's what a ton of people are saying with a tremendous amount of confidence. And then it's like 3 months go by, 4 months go by, 5 months go by, and prices are still crazy. It's like, what the heck? And so I wanna chat about that a little bit in this video. But what's up? If this is your first time here, my name's TJ. I run a business called Pokepaster TCG. I buy and I sell all sorts of cards, but primarily singles. I don't spend a ton of time like buying investment stuff. I've definitely got a bunch of stuff that I bought a while ago that I'm just kind of sitting on, but I'm not like actively buying stuff to invest right now. But I do keep my eye on the market quite a bit, and I do see singles going. You know, I'm selling hundreds of singles every single week, sometimes thousands of singles. And so I've got a pretty good pulse on like cards that are selling and sets that are popular in terms of the singles. And yeah, I feel like this is just something that I've seen so much, and people are frustrated, and understandably so, because it stinks to not be able to go to a store and buy Pokemon cards. And like I totally get that, but I think there's like a little bit of cope of like, well, like it's just gonna come back down. Like this is crazy, these prices are inflated, like everything's gonna, and so I don't know. But if you guys enjoy this content, I shoot videos pretty much every day. Usually I have a new video out just about every day, usually 5 or 6 a week. So if you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment down below. But I love shooting videos and getting to hang out with you guys. Just cracked a Diet Dew, got some card stuff to work on tonight. Yeah, so it's gonna be a good evening. So if you guys remember, maybe back 3-4 months ago, it appeared like hype was at an all-time high. Sealed boxes were very expensive, and the mega block was approaching, right? The mega stuff, the new sets in Pokemon were getting announced. And I feel like if you watch a lot of Pokemon YouTube, you heard a lot of people being like I wouldn't be buying Destined Rivals. It's a set that came out. I wouldn't be buying Surging Sparks. Certainly wouldn't be buying any Prismatic Evolutions. No way. Like Costco, Sam's Club, like there's so much Prismatic Evolutions being printed, and it's not that great of a set anyways. And so people are just saying these things, and I listen to a lot of this stuff, and it's just like, oh man, like people really think like maybe prices will correct soon. Maybe demand is gonna die down. Maybe all this stuff is gonna happen. And then like I just checked prices just this week, just today, and all three of these sets are skyrocketing. Not skyrocketing, but they are like rising up to where if I would have decided to purchase a few of these 2, 3, 4 months ago, like they would have gone up significantly in value. And everyone was saying like, hey, don't buy. If you buy Pokemon cards above MSRP, you are part of the problem. I hear that, right? And I guess like from a philosophical standpoint, I understand it, because in a utopian idealistic world that doesn't exist, if everyone stopped buying cards significantly above market, then obviously they would go down. That's just like kind of how it works. But I don't know that there's any way that you mandate that to happen. And so like, I've got these guys right here, like this Destined Rivals was, I don't even know what I think I got this booster box right at release. And I took it on a trade, like a local card shop traded it to me for a bunch of singles that they were going to use for like their whatnot thing. And so in like total value, I was probably like, I don't know, $180 into this or $200 into this or something like that. And it's now basically a $400 box. And I was told like, hey, hold off on buying Destined Rivals, because you're definitely going to be able, like definitely, hey, listen to me, YouTuber. I know what I'm talking about for sure. Without a shadow of a doubt, you will be able to buy this box right here for MSRP, baby. Maybe even under MSRP. Everyone who's holding on to these right now is going to be so disappointed. And now they're $400. To where if you're someone where you make sealed like flipping plays, you could have bought a bunch of these around $200 and then sold them like 4 months later at $385. Obviously you pay fees, shipping, all that, but still like that's significant. And everyone's saying like, nope, it's gonna go down. I think that's kind of wild. Same thing with this one right here, Surging Sparks, right? The Pikachu set, it was up. Hey, reprints got announced. The reprints are coming. No one's going to want this set. They printed it to the ground, And now this is, what did I see? 285, $285 for a Surging Sparks booster box. That's crazy. And this is one, I got these from the Pokemon Center like way back when. I haven't gotten anything from the Pokemon Center since these, in fact, but I got a 2-pack. This is the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. So I guess I'm $60 into this, and it's $400, $385, $400. The heck, like, and maybe this is a little different, right? Like you could say, you could make an argument and say like, well, the Pokemon Center ETBs are a little different than these other ones because they don't really see reprints. So like, so it's like, okay, whatever. But I feel like everyone, so many people that I hear that I'll watch content on are saying like, hey, don't buy stuff right now. If you're looking to buy stuff to sit on, if you're looking to buy stuff that will potentially appreciate, if you're looking to buy investments, don't buy any of the ultra modern stuff because there's way too much of it out there. No one's going to want it. It's too risky because it's all gonna, demand's gonna die and people are gonna be able to pick it up for cheaper later. And now it's expensive, way more expensive. And so I guess this is just, and what's interesting is like, it's pretty rare for YouTubers to say, or anyone in the content space in general. We've talked about this before, but humility is a virtue that is not, super prevalent in just the world in general, but in the Pokemon YouTube space for sure. Where like sometimes people get it wrong. Gosh, sometimes I'm gonna get it wrong. Like I could be, I could make a video and talk about this right now, and turns out like a week from now, like everyone's like, I don't want any of it. Like this stuff's all going down. I could be wrong. I'm not afraid to like be like, yep, like I got that one wrong, or like I said something dumb. Like I'm the king of saying dumb stuff. I say dumb stuff all the time. But it's pretty rare for people in the like camp of, hey, you're overpaying. Like stop overpaying. What are you doing? To admit that they're wrong, or I don't. It's like I've had such a hard time to wrap my head around it. I think it's just a lot of cope of like, hey, I don't like that prices are so expensive. I don't like that a set that came out, how old is Prismatic? Prismatic Evolutions came out like 4 or 5 months ago, 6 months ago. Wait, longer than that? I don't know, whatever. I don't like that the regular Elite Trainer box of Prismatic Evolutions is double MSRP and it came out 6 months ago. Like that's not fair. And like, I mean, sure. But what does not fair even mean when you're in the space of talking about markets, when you're in the space of talking about what people are willing to pay for something? And I'm not talking about like the prices that things get released at, right? Like if someone gets something from distribution, if a card store gets something from distribution significantly under MSRP, from like I said, where they have things built in to like make a margin while selling at MSRP, and they hike things up, like yeah, like that's lame. But if demand is so crazy high for all of this stuff, it doesn't matter whether or not I think it's fair, whether or not I think it's lame, whether or not I am saddened by not being able to go and buy stuff at the Walmart and just like buy stuff to rip. Like my daughter turns 7 in a few days, and I've got like a ton of sealed stuff I can let her open. I'll have some stuff to let her open up. But like, for a lot of people who don't have a tremendous amount of stuff just sitting in their basement, like it sucks to not be able to go to the store and buy stuff. But at the same time, like saying it sucks or saying it's not fair isn't going to make demand go away. It's not going to make all these people who look at this as an investment class like just vanish. Be like, oh, this is not fair. You guys are ruining the hobby. Get out. Like there are a lot of people who have made a lot of money investing in Pokemon cards. And I see it a lot. Like if you're in some of these big Facebook groups or these big like buy, sell, trade groups, there are people who are consistently, hey, like buying sealed 80%, buying sealed 80%, buying sealed 80%. And they're scooping up people's collections. 85% sometimes, right? Which 85%, in case you don't know, is basically the same amount that you would make if you sold it yourself on like eBay or TCGplayer. So they're even buying at 85% of market and just holding on to stuff. And I'm not saying like buying like a box or two. I'm saying that there are people who are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a week just filling up their storage unit or their basement or whatever, because they believe in the product and they think it's going to go up over time. And as long as that's happening, I can say, hey, this sucks. I can say this is unfair. I can say I don't like this. I can say that people are ruining the hobby. None of that is going to change those things. So until demand actually goes down and the rip and shippers stop, doing their thing and like all of that, right? I'm not pointing fingers at anyone. I'm just saying, heck, hey, this is how it is. This silly Destin Rivals booster box, like Pokemon is, if they could print 2 million of these things right now, they would. The printers are currently running as much as they can. They've got to print Mega Evolutions. They've got to do all of that. And Scarlet and Violet era booster boxes have just not gotten as many printings, as many reprints as the past eras have. And so the actual booster box itself, and even Elite Trainer boxes for that matter, are just a little more premium than they used to be. You could even say a lot more premium than they used to be. A lot of reprints go to booster bundles, Sam's Club situation, Costco situation, the Prismatic Super Collection Costco thing, or Sam's Club thing. Blooming Waters, the Sea and Sky boxes, like all that, right? So, and this is all my perception, right? Nobody knows. It is a market. We look at trends. We can be like, oh, hey, this is what I think, or hey, but nobody has any concrete idea. So for people being like, hey, this stuff's ultra modern, like nobody knows. So the more certainty someone has talking about the stuff, I would say the more hesitancy you should maybe have listening to them. And if you are someone where you enjoy buying modern boxes and putting them in your collector app, sitting on them and seeing them increase slowly over time, that's probably fine to do. It's probably fine to do at all times. Is there chances that stuff could get reprinted and you could see dips along the way? Absolutely. Any investment, that's true. But it's just crazy to hear people be like, hey, oh, we're definitely at the top, definitely at the top, definitely at the top, definitely at the top, definitely at the top. Gosh, and it's like, what was the movie? The George, it was a bad movie, George Clooney movie, Men Who Stare at Goats or something like that, with like the death flick where you like flick someone on the head, and it's like a super like like a top secret jutsu. You like flick them on the head, and it means they're gonna die, but like you don't know when they're gonna die. That it just means like, oh, you flicked them on the head, so now you've like sentenced them to death. And what's funny is like, of course, everyone dies at some point. So like when someone dies 30 years later, it's like, ah, gotcha. Like everyone who says, hey, the market's going to crash, we're going to see drawback, at some point they're going to get it right. But if you say it every day, like, I don't know. Yep. So that's what I got for you guys. That's all I got in this one. Yeah, let me know what you think. Am I crazy? Do you agree with what I'm saying? Love to hear from you. But I believe that Jesus loves you, that he has an incredible plan for your life. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.